Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. I am going to be talking about mental health in this video. So as promised, I want to let you guys know that it may be triggering to some of you if you guys deal with mental health issues. So this is your opportunity to click out of the video. I'm going to be as raw as possible for the audience that does want me to be as raw as possible, and for those that do need to just hear it and understand that there's people, me, that's going through the same thing that a lot of you are going through. So yeah, this is your opportunity to click out. I don't want to trigger any of you guys. I know what it's like to get triggered, trust me. So this is your opportunity to click out. I'm going to be talking about anxiety, panic attacks, and my overall mental health. So yeah, if you guys are interested in the topic and if you guys would like to learn more, then please stay tuned and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. Turn on your post notifications and let's get right into the video. So I'm gonna be honest, talking about these kinds of things actually make me a little bit more anxious within itself. So if I come off as acting weird or just doing a little bit too much or being a little bit too fidgety, that's just my disclaimer. I get a little bit weird when I'm actually talking about these things because I'm thinking about it. If you guys follow me across all social platforms, I forgot where I even said it, but back in February, it was like February 16th to be exact, because I remember it was 2 days after Valentine's Day, I had what was like a series of panic attacks. At that time, I didn't know that it was panic attacks. I thought I was dying. Like, I'm being straight, like completely honest. I thought I was dying. I thought something was like really wrong. I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room because I felt really bad. Like, I'm gonna explain to you my symptoms and everything, and I'm gonna explain to you how I realized it was a panic attack and all of that stuff. Just a little bit of background, I have experienced a bunch of anxiety. I'm more on the, like, if this is anxiety and this is no anxiety, I'm like right here. Like, I experience anxiety. I don't like to speak things into existence, but it's the truth, so I experience it. So yeah, what had happened was I was just sitting down. It was like the middle of the day. It was around 4 p.m. actually. And all of a sudden, I felt extremely dizzy. I'm not the type of person to just like kind of pass out or anything, but I have felt dizzy before because hormones and stuff. It's normal for women to experience some sort of dizziness and all of that. So I did experience like really bad dizziness. Like, I thought I was going to pass out. And all I was doing was sitting there. I was drinking my coffee, and I think I just ate a little bit of sushi. And I mean a little bit because I really wasn't eating like a big meal. I was snacking on some sushi and I had some coffee. So I got really dizzy, and then all of a sudden I felt a really strong pain in my chest. Like, not pain, but it just felt like my chest kind of just closed. Like, it just felt really tight. Now, I also have asthma, so I know what chest tightness kind of feels like, and I hate it. But it just really felt like a constricting pain. Just for like, if I can measure up, it was probably like 5 to 7 seconds. Anywhere from 5 to 7 seconds, I just felt like a really strange pain in my chest. And then I realized my heart was beating super duper fast. I couldn't quite catch my breath. And my hands and feet got really cold, and I started trembling. And that went on for, honestly, for about 3 to 4 hours. The dizziness kind of came and went whenever I thought about it. The more I thought about it, that's when I got dizzy again. But besides that, the rest of the symptoms, as far as like being shaky and all of that, persisted. The chest pain as well didn't last at all. It was just that 1 second. And then after that, I really just couldn't catch my breath. Like, I couldn't take a deep breath in or anything. Like, it really felt like something was terribly wrong. Now, just a disclaimer as well, I have not gone to the doctor, so I don't think there's anything actually wrong, but I am going to go to a physician to make sure that nothing else is wrong. So that happened for a couple of hours because my mind just kind of was going everywhere. I finally calmed down and was able to just relax and sleep after I had some CBD gummies. And that's when I started, like, that later on that night was when I started to realize that it was a series of panic attacks, that I was just having a bunch of panic attacks, like back-to-back panic attacks, and I couldn't come down from it. That day was crazy. So what I realized was that I drank a lot of coffee that day. I don't know where to go from that, from that part. But anyways, the day after, it felt like my body just felt like I got hit by a truck. I was extremely exhausted. I just wanted to rest, which is what I did. And then from that day on till this day, till I'm sitting right here in front of the camera, it's been a work in progress. That day was the last day that I actually drank coffee because I immediately thought, oh, caffeine makes anxiety worse. And I've always known that, but it has never affected me until it did. My issue with all of this and my kind of confusion comes from the fact of I've always kind of been in front of my anxiety, in front of my panic attacks when I have had panic attacks in the past. Also, I've never had a panic attack that bad. I had panic attacks in the past, but it wasn't that bad at all. So this was like the worst panic until today. That was the worst panic attack I've ever experienced. But I've always been in front of it. And what I mean by that is that I always knew where it was coming from. I knew what was happening. I knew what made me anxious, what thoughts kind of triggered me and all of that stuff. And I still know what triggers me till this day. But that day, it kind of felt like nothing triggered me. And it seemed like it was just the caffeine. After that, I haven't had any coffee, but I did have bubble tea, I think 2 weeks after that. And I was like, you know what, I should be good, you know, whatever, I'm fine. I've done some work, I should be fine, you know, yada, yada, yada. I drank bubble tea and I had kind of the same episode. Except I knew what was going on, so I was more prepared and I was able to calm myself down a lot sooner than the previous one. And so after that, I haven't had caffeine since then, and now I'm very careful if I do have any caffeine. I drank Pepsi, which I don't really drink soda, but sometimes I crave it. So I drank a bottle of Pepsi sometime within the last couple of months and I was fine. No symptoms, no anything. So I guess that has a low percentage of caffeine. I'm not sure, but basically right now I cannot have caffeine because my body is just kind of going through something. As I said, I am going to go to a doctor to make sure that everything else is okay. I really just wanted to rule out all kinds of anxiety and all kinds of things because I wanted to make sure that I'm not actually experiencing symptoms without caffeine and without triggering myself. You know what I mean? Like I want to make sure it is actually like a mental type of thing and not something physiological. It's because I know how doctor visits can go. I'm not a huge fan of doctors because in the past I've had some issues where the doctor didn't find what was wrong and then the next doctor found that something was actually wrong, and I'm just not a fan of the process of going to doctors. And I also know that sometimes doctors cannot find what's going on with you, especially if it's something to do with mental health. You just have to go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist for those kinds of things. So I just want to, I've been just taking care of myself in a different way. I've even changed my diet because I am aware that gut health is directly correlated to mental health. Although people don't tend to make that a thing, it is correlated. So I've changed my diet and I've incorporated more exercise and more things that is going to make me feel relaxed. My theory on why I've possibly gone into this realm of a moment where I'm not quite sure where it's coming from is that I just experienced a really hard thing last year and it still was affecting me till now. After the panic attacks was when I started to realize I have to let certain things go. So after that, I realized I had to kind of like focus on myself mentally and really let go of certain things. Losing someone is definitely like the hardest thing I've ever experienced. I had to like work through those kinds of feelings, and I wasn't taking care of myself in the past, I would say for like a month and a half. All of January and half of December, I was not taking care of myself, and into February as well, which is why this happened. I was drinking a bunch of coffee, like a bunch of coffee, because I worked throughout the entire day, and then I was drinking a lot of wine at nighttime, and there were some days that I didn't even drink any water. That sounds so horrible, but as I said, I just really want to be as raw as possible with you guys. When it came to quarantine of last year, my tolerance for alcohol went from like here to like here, because I was just ingesting a lot of alcohol. I was drinking a lot for all of quarantine, and then all the way up to the beginning of this year. It was mostly always wine, but it was a lot. Like, I tried to mute how I felt with wine. So I know that I completely messed up my hormones. My hormones became imbalanced. My whole system became imbalanced. My body kind of went into a shock. So after that, I realized I had to make some changes. And I have been working on those things, and that's what I've been working on before I make my way to the doctor. But I am gonna still go to the doctor. But anyways, I'm saying all of that to say that sometimes you may think that you have everything, that you're doing everything that you need to do for yourself, but every little bit counts. So during this time, I was still meditating, I was still doing yoga, I was still journaling every now and then. I kind of started to fall off right before I started having panic attacks, and maybe that's what really took me over. But it's really crazy how I was still on the outside. It's like I had everything under control, but how I was treating my body in the inside, how I was not drinking enough water and drinking too much coffee and too much wine, and my thoughts were literally just always not okay. I was still poisoning myself. I was still not taking care of my body, because I came to the mental state of just like, I just didn't care. I just feel so freaking sad that I just don't really care. I just want to get work done. You know, everything was kind of like I was trying to just distract myself, but I kind of thought that I was taking care of myself at the same time when I really wasn't. I just wanted to share that with you guys, because at the end of the day, I just feel like a lot of us go through those moments, and I think what helps us more than anything is being brutally honest with ourselves. If you can't be honest with somebody else, like with anybody else, just be honest with yourself. I knew that I wasn't taking care of myself, and it literally took a panic attack to make me realize that I was not okay, that I actually was not okay. I really don't know what else to say to you guys besides that. I know that quarantine did affect all of us in different ways, in ways that we don't even know. And a lot of us went through other things that also affected us on top of that. I'm the prime example of that. And I thought I was okay because, as I said, I was kind of just taking care of everything, and I was trying to be strong. I was trying to be strong for my loved ones and for myself, because I was like, I just have to, you know, it's life. I just kind of have to get through it, and it is what it is. But I wasn't actually like getting through it. And I'm grateful that this has happened, because it's really okay to fall, and it's really okay to fail, and to kind of start all over again, because that's basically what I have to do, is like start all over again. I haven't been on a consistent schedule with my self-care routine, because some days I just don't feel like it. Some days I just want to lay down and watch TV, and some days I just feel like something is physically wrong. I don't know. I have really random days these days, and that's why I can't get myself to be how I was in January when I was like uploading every single day. I can't get into that schedule quite yet, because I have not figured out how to take care of myself on a schedule yet. And I just thought it was very important to share that with you guys, because so many people message me and tell me like, how do I just do things, or just why do I always look so happy and stuff like that. And it's just like, you guys, I'm a human being. I'm experiencing a lot of different things the same way as you guys. I just don't like to share a lot of my personal stuff, because the internet sometimes is not a safe space. There's a lot of negative energy. It's a lot of people that are going through their own things and are going to push those things forward onto you, and that just doesn't help anybody. That's why I don't share a lot of my personal stuff, but I thought that this was important, especially for Mental Health Awareness Month, because sometimes you may think that everything is fine with your loved ones and with your friends and stuff, and then when you turn around, it's just not okay. And even with yourself, sometimes, like, I thought I was fine, and I had a panic attack, and I was like, oh. I'm gonna keep updating you guys with everything that's going on, my mental health and everything. Overall, these days, I've been a lot better. I don't know if, well, you probably can't tell, but I've been a lot better. I have been just keeping occupied in a healthy way this time. Like being aware of if I'm distracting myself or if I'm actually working through things. I've been a little bit anxious. I'm not gonna lie. I get really sad sometimes, and it just makes me, oh God, I'm about to get emotional. But it makes me really sad sometimes because it just doesn't feel good to feel on the edge, feel like your whole body just feels shaky, and feel like you're just worrying about things that it's just not even in front of you, and you just want to enjoy life. But it's so hard to do that when your mind is on 100. Like, it's the most frustrating thing. But through and through, I am grateful because I get to share this experience with you guys, and I know that a lot of people experience the same things, and that's what all of this is about. It's just to share our experiences, and just for all of us to know that we're not alone. In the comments, let me know anything. Let me know what you're currently struggling with. If you struggled in this past year with mental health, let me know. It's a judgment-free zone. If anybody gets disrespectful, if you disrespect each other in the comments or anything like that, you're getting blocked. And that's just as simple as that, because I really want to create a safe space for everybody to feel okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, what are you looking forward to in May? I have a lot of birthdays to celebrate in May, so I am excited for May. And May is also closer to summer, so anything that's closer to summer. Alright, it's time for me to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. Turn on your post notifications. Turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!